Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Emily and I'm so excited for this next edition of Middle Grade Monday. So the topic today, or kind of the category, is fantasy. One of my favorites for middle grade. I love it. The magic systems aren't too much. And all of these, the 5 books that I have to highlight today, are just absolutely wonderful. I love them all. I've had students read them and they've all loved them. So everything, I think everyone will really, really enjoy these 5. So my first one is The Ranger's Apprentice by John Flanagan. This is, I think, like a 11 or 12 book series, and then there are spin-offs and different things like that. So it's definitely, definitely beloved. I have had students read this. I've had tutoring clients read this. Clearly, this is a well-loved book. I had one little boy, funny story, take it on a camping trip over the summer, and he's like, "But Miss Emily, don't worry, I protected your book. It fell in the fire, but I put water on it, so I saved your book." And I was like, thanks, buddy, appreciate that one. But yeah, it's well loved, but rightfully so, because this is fantastic. It's about an orphan boy named Will who has to choose sort of his path and what he wants to do with his life. And these rangers are sort of the spies of the kingdom, and they have espionage and they do, secret missions that help, the warriors and the knights and all these different other people do their jobs, but they do all of like the back spy secret work. Oh my goodness, it is so fantastic. You learn to love all of Will's friends. You learn to love all of the other rangers, all of the knights. I mean, his horse even is one of my favorite characters. The horse in this, truly such a fantastic series. I'm excited to read more from this author. It's definitely a good one. Okay, the next one is called The Ogress and the Orphans by Kelly Barnhill. And this is such a sweet book. It's rather chunky. It's definitely on the longer side, but it's about this group of orphans who realize that things aren't exactly right in their kingdom, and so they go off, and then there's this ogress who finds them, and then the ogress gets blamed for different things. Anyway, it's been a while since I read it, but I just remember when I read it, I really, really enjoyed it. The audiobook was really good. Kelly Barnhill is a great author. I enjoyed this immensely. Really, really good one. Okay. The next one is one of my all-time favorite series, and I need people to read it because I want to kind of geek out about it because it's fantastic. So it is Gregor the Overlander. The series is The Underland Chronicles. There's 5 books in the series, and it's by Suzanne Collins. So Suzanne Collins is the one that did Hunger Games. This is her first series. So this is her debut novel. Oh my goodness. Maybe this is a, spicy take or whatever, but I like this so much more than I liked Hunger Games. Hunger Games was just sort of so-so for me personally, totally a personal thing on that. I loved this series. This boy and his little sister get kind of sucked down underneath their New York apartment into the sewer system. That sounds gross. It's really not, because they get sucked into this different world. And there are a bunch of creepy crawlers that in real life I don't stand. Like cockroaches and spiders and rats and bats and just a bunch of other creepy crawlers are a part of this series, and they're huge characters in the series. And each one, this Gregor, the boy, has to solve puzzles, and the people down there, the Underlanders, they realize that he is special, and so they teach him sort of their world, and they go on adventures, and the bats become a huge part of it, and the little sister is hilarious, and the cockroaches fall in love with the little sister, and it's just so sweet and so good and so fast-paced. I love this series, and I really, 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 really want people to read it because it's wonderful. All 5 books are just absolutely fantastic. My next one, so Harry Potter is sort of, in my brain at least, sort of the top tier children's fantasy book. I think Harry Potter is magnificent and magical, and J.K. Rowling is absolutely fantastic. She's a fantastic author. This is Harry Potter adjacent, I always tell kids, because, so this is Midnight for Charlie Bone by Jenny Nemo. Hope I'm saying that correctly. This is the Children of the Red King series. There's 8 books in the series, I believe. Really, really good. Similar to Harry Potter in the fact that these kids all have magical powers and go to a specific like magic school. In this case though, it's different because each magical person has a different magic power. So they all have, like, one can control the weather, one can feel emotions from clothing. Charlie Bone, I don't know if this is, oh, it's not, it's on the back. Okay, it's not a spoiler. Can see a picture and kind of know what's going on behind the scenes of the picture. The character or the people in the photograph come to life before his eyes in just a still photograph. Anyway, it's wonderful. There are animals involved, so if you love animals, animals play a huge part in this. There are evil relatives and then really fun relatives, just like in Harry Potter. So Harry Potter adjacent, but not as intense, I would say. Still fantastic. I loved all 8 books. I read the first like 3, I think, when I was 12. So a very, very, very long time ago. And then I remembered that I liked the series now as an adult. I just finished reading all 8 books again last year. And so these are fresh on my mind. Like I said, I love them and I think they're perfect for any reader. Bigger margins, really, really good option for middle grade fantasy. Okay, and then the last one, speaking of J.K. Rowling, is the Ichabod. I read this last year. I realized that she had other works other than Harry Potter, and I want to read her down to 0. There's a pig one that I'm doing next. I can't remember the name of it right now. But I read this during last year's middle grade March, I think, and it is so adorable. We follow this group of kids and this kingdom where the king is a doofus. He's an absolute moron, and he's being led by people who abuse his moronicness, if I can make up a word. And so these kids realize, okay, well, the king is a doo-doo-doo-doo. And so everything that the king does wrong gets blamed on this mythical Ichabod. And the kids are like, well, there's no way that this one creature can be doing all of these things in all these different places. So they kind of get sucked into this adventure of trying to find the Ichabod, but then the cabinet or whatever, they try to cover their tracks, and it's hilarious and it's so funny. And I love this. This came out, there's a little like before you read section, and I guess she put this out chapter by chapter on her website or blog or something during COVID when all of us were in our houses. And so she was like, these kids who are stuck at home need something new to read. So she started putting these out. And then after the pandemic, it became a book. But during that time, she set up a contest. And she said, after you read the whole story, I want you to submit artwork. And I will choose the artwork to go into the published book. And so throughout the whole story, there is colored artwork that matches what you're reading from kids all over the world and all ages. I mean, it's absolutely incredible to show the talent of these kids. It's incredible. Anyway, not only is the story behind the book from the author's point of view adorable, but the story itself is adorable. And I just love J.K. Rowling. I love her writing. She is a master wordsmith. Anyway, Okay, so those are my 5 books for Middle Grade Monday. The Ichabod, Midnight for Charlie Bone. How do I do this? Here, oh, there we go. Hopefully that's right. Gregor the Overlander, The Ogress and the Orphans, and The Ranger's Apprentice. This first one is called The Ruins of Gorlin. My poor little battered copy. Da 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 da! Okay, I hope you enjoy. If you haven't read these, please pick them up. They're absolutely wonderful. All the audiobooks are wonderful as well. If you have any recommendations for middle grade fantasy, please leave them below. I would love to chat with you guys down there. Thank you for all the love and support, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!